Going on YouTube, bar to the double E dash ZON coming at you once again. I'm making a quick video as I'm on my way to pick up my little boys right now. It's been a week since Splatoon launched, more or less. A little bit over a week actually, a week and 2-3 days. And man, suffice it to say, I did get it. I didn't expect that I would get it on anywhere near day one because I had made a lapse in judgment. I didn't really keep track of the release date, and though I was anticipating it when it would come out so I could buy it on day one, I lost track of the days, man. And the weekend right before, I was kind of fiending to buy something on the PS4, and I couldn't find anything on the PlayStation Network that interested me at all. And so it came down to the only two games that I was remotely interested in were Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Since it didn't come to the Wii U, I was like, man, my wife and I like to get into Call of Duty, but even she suggested me to go in the direction of the other game, which is a game from last generation. Of course, the PlayStation 4 is notorious for those remasters. This is actually the second remaster I'm buying. The only reason I bought the first one and this one is because I didn't play these games in the last gen. First one was Grand Theft Auto 5. You guys have heard about that. The other one that I bought just recently, since the last time you guys have seen me, was The Last of Us Remastered on the PS4. Again, I did not play the original Last of Us on PlayStation 3, so I felt fully justified in paying $60 for this game. I'll make a video on that game itself. I just finished completing the story mode. An amazing game. An amazing game. It does have its shortcomings. One of them is the notoriously stupid AI, but the story is so engrossing. It's like playing through episodes of The Walking Dead, really. But I'll get more in depth in that video. After that, I got that game, and I didn't realize that Splatoon was that same Friday. And so I was like, man, I don't have the money to just have spent $60 on this game and pay another $60 for Splatoon. So I was like, damn. So whatever, I had to wait about, I'd say 4 or 5 days more or less. Then I got paid, and I kind of budgeted my money and knew what expenses I had to take care of. And my wife was like, get it. And I was like, you ain't even got to tell me twice. I went in, I got Splatoon. They didn't have the amiibos, so I got myself a Yoshi amiibo because Yoshi's one of my favorite characters, and I didn't have that amiibo yet, so I got that. I'll be showing this off in another video later. I'm just doing a quick video, as like I said, as I'm going to go pick up my kids. But just to get my thoughts on Splatoon, man. I mean, I know you guys have heard it all over YouTube. You've heard it all over the internet. You've heard it on the rave reviews the game has gotten. Really, man, I could just tell you this, man. Nintendo, they got another one. They got another one, dog. And what I mean by that is they got another big time exclusive franchise, another character and franchise that's gonna be generational, like Mario Kart, like Smash Brothers. Every Nintendo console generation is gonna have a Splatoon, guaranteed, because Nintendo went in on this game all the way as far as marketing push and just the aggressiveness of the campaign behind the game, and on top of that, it's just been a stellar success. I mean, it already sold through 90% of its, or 97, I think, percent of its shipment in Japan. I mean, Splatoon is single-handedly responsible for not only selling 144,000 copies in Japan, where console gaming is all but dead, in 3 days only, but also for that week making the Wii U the #1 selling system over the PlayStation 4, over even the 3DS, over the Xbox One. The #1 selling console in all the land of the rising sun last week was the Nintendo Wii U. Single-handedly responsible for that is Splatoon. Splatoon has sold, like I said, over 144,000 copies in just under 3 days in Japan. I would assume, we don't know yet, but I would assume it's doing very well here in the States as well, because it's all anybody's playing. When I go on my Wii U, yeah, people are still playing Smash, of course. Yeah, people are still playing Mario Kart, but Splatoon is just packed, man. I mean, I get in there, and don't get me wrong, the game has some shortcomings, which I'll get into in a later video. But the game's got one shortcoming that does bother me, and it happens sparingly. It doesn't happen a lot, but I would be remiss if I didn't mention it. I guess it's that Nintendo's never really had an online beast like this on their hands before. Mario Kart's one of them, Smash Brothers, now this generation is one, since it finally has a functioning online. But Splatoon was geared from the very get-go to be online multiplayer. Like, that was all the game was gonna be. So I don't know if they were expecting it to, what they were expecting when it came to running servers and all that for this kind of a community. But every once in a while, you get just a crappy, 15, 20-minute stretch where you continually get kicked off. You know, that's happened to me twice. But it's happened far and few in between. You know what I'm saying? Those times where the servers are just crashing or just not able to handle the traffic has only happened twice, and it's been very few and far in between. However, the majority of the time you get on quick because of the amount of people playing, man. I mean, it's just, you get in a match quick. You got this little mini game that you can play on the gamepad while you're waiting for your lobby to fill up, and it's basically, I think it's called Squid Jump, or at least that's what we call it. It's this little 8-bit game where you're a squid that looks kind of like the Mario squids in the Mario levels. I mean, the water levels in Mario games, and you're basically jumping from platform to platform, trying to get up before the water rises. And you know, when they did the global test fire, people were so stuck waiting to get into a game that they would literally get to like level 20 on that game. I can't get more than 3 jumps in the first level before it saves the game, which is really cool. It saves your game, your progress, so the next time you're waiting, you pick up right where you left off. I can't get more than 2 or 3 jumps before, boom, battle ready, let's go. And you're jumping into a battle. And it's so awesome. It's so awesome. And I know the game is awesome because we're stuck on the same 2 stages for a 4-hour block until they switch the stages up randomly. So you're playing these same 2 stages and you don't give a fuck, man, because it is unique and different every single time you play. Every battle, be it in the same station or the same stage, is completely unique and different every time you play it, man. So much strategy in this game, all right? Very easy, very accessible to pick up and play. Anybody can get in, understand the basics, go do some damage. But it's one of those games like Nintendo's so the master of making that is easy to pick up and play, difficult to master, and so much depth and strategy in the way that you can play this game. There goes a car talking to me. Shut up. So many different ways in which you could play this game. I mean, along with the different weapon classes, you know, different kind of strategies. Do you want to go all out and just go and push into enemy territory and basically cover the turf, or do you want to hang back and defend your base, or do you want to camp out in your own ink and try to, you know, just snipe people out and stop them from getting into your base and slow them down? There's so many things that you can do. The weapons and the sub weapons and the customization, the gear and abilities that your inklings get to level up to. It's just amazing, man. The content in the game is amazing. And that's funny because the game is actually lacking in overall content, because I have a funny feeling, like so many other YouTubers, that Nintendo really wanted to release this game in August. But they didn't want to wait all the way to August and had this huge drought there without any big time releases. So they just said, you know what, we have the multiplayer, which is the meat and bones of this game, ready to go, and we have a single player that we slapped on there that's actually pretty fun and actually has a backstory to it. We have those 2 elements ready to go. Let's release it, and let's just throughout the summer free update the game, unlock. They may be on, the content may be on disc, it may not, I don't know, but all I know is I'm not being charged for it, so I'm fully justified in paying $60 for this experience. And then within 3 days of release, they had already released an extra new level, a new weapon, a new, I think there was some new gear also. But just, you know what I'm saying, like throughout the entire summer, free updates where they continue to release new content for free, keeping the game fresh and relevant. I mean, dude, I think, like I said, Nintendo's got another big time marquee franchise that's gonna be a generational thing for the Nintendo consoles. This will be one of those games that does not skip any Nintendo platform. You know, like you have F-Zero or Pilot Wings, or you know, Star Fox, even Metroid. That those are franchises that although they're big time and they're great Nintendo franchises, they will go and skip a generation or 2 before you see them again. No. Splatoon has already proven within the first 2 weeks of release that it is such a blockbuster success, and it's only going to continue to excel and grow, that it will be here in a new form and iteration every single time Nintendo releases a new home console. On the Nintendo NX, book it. I would be surprised if they didn't launch with a Splatoon, or sometime in the launch window have a Splatoon 2 or whatever. Anyways, man, I'm getting here to my kid's school. Like I said, I will make another video about this more in depth, even review the game, all that I played so far. I'm about the 10-hour mark right now. I haven't been able to play the way I really want to because of school and family life and all that. But me and my wife have been getting in there and just taking turns going online and doing our thing. That's one of the things I hope they release in August. I hope they release a mode where you're where you're allowed to go online, 2 players, like, you know, Smash Brothers. I know why it would be difficult, because the gamepad, you only have 1 gamepad. But I mean, like, I think Red Knight said this on one of his videos, and I completely agree. The Wiimote Nunchuk, and not just the Wiimote Nunchuk, but any other controller really with the D-pad, you can map the different directions to do your squid jump to any one of your allies, which is the main function of the gamepad that would be missing. You know, you can put a little tiny map in the corner, whatever. But either way, I hope that's a feature that they bring along. August, we know we're getting a lot of content. We know we're getting a huge overhaul of the game that's going to add a lot of features that we've been waiting for, that a lot of us feel should have been there from day one. You know, some of us bitch about that. Others are like, you know what, man, I'm having so much fun with the game. It don't matter to me that it's not there on day one, because I know they're bringing it, and I know they're bringing it for free. So anyways, man, hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Splatoon is that fire. God bless.